What's going on, YouTube? This is the company man. I'm signing on today. I have a very important topic that is dear to my heart, and I think everybody should feel that way because it is vehicles inspections. If you're just getting into this business, or if you're just thinking about getting into this business, or you had your license for 5 years, or you had your license for 20 years, vehicle inspections is a very important duty that you're going to have to do day in and day out. That's your pre-trip, post-trip, and your en route inspections. So let's dive right into the information. Of course, we're talking about the skill that we're going to be performing is vehicle inspections. Conditions of performance given a typical tractor and trailer, truck, and trip. Statement of work to perform. The driver will conduct pre-trip, en route, and post-trip inspections of all types and correctly complete required reports. Performance criteria. Inspect and make a correct determination of the conditions of various critical vehicle components, including instruments and controls, engines and drivetrains, chassis and suspension, steering systems, braking systems, tires, wheels and rims, lightning and signal systems, emergency equipment and cargo securement devices. Perform a pre-trip inspection in a regular cinematic sequence that is legal, accurate, uniform, and time efficient using pre-trip inspections outlined. Perform an en route inspection by checking mirrors for sight of trouble, checking connection hoses and gauges, and monitoring instruments and looking, listening, and feeling for indications of malfunctions. Make periodic roadside stops and inspections of critical items and meet en route requirements for transportation of various cargoes. Perform post-trip inspections by making accurate notes of actual and suspected components abnormalities or malfunctions that occur during the trip using a daily vehicle inspection report, DVIR. Refuse to operate a vehicle found to be in unsafe conditions for vehicle drivers and other road users. Operating condition either prior to a trip or en route. Deal with issues such as vehicle registration permits, tags, road-based inspections, and border crossing, scalings, and other situations. Performance elements and assessments criteria. Perform each type of inspection according to rules and policies and adjust it for specific equipment or cargo. Inspect and determine the conditions of criteria vehicle components, including the instruments and controls, engine and drivetrain, chassis and suspension, steering systems, braking systems, coupling systems, emergency equipment, and cargo securement devices. Perform pre-trip inspections in a regular cinematic sequence that is legal, accurate, and uniform, and time efficient, using pre-trip inspections outlined in your driver quick notes. Perform an en route inspection by checking mirrors for sight of trouble, monitoring instruments, and looking, listening, and feeling for malfunctions, making periodic roadside inspections and components, and meeting requirements for transportation of all types of cargoes. Perform post-trip inspections by making accurate notes of actual and suspected components abnormalities. Deal effectively with all types of external inspections such as road-based inspections and border crossings, as well as issues such as permits, tags, and vehicle registrations. Basically, in a nutshell, your pre-trip is your bread and butter. You're operating the vehicle. You need to know the ins and outs of that vehicle. Now, if you don't have a vehicle you're using every day on a regular basis, like a slip seat is one guy gets on the shift in an 8 or 12-hour shift between, and then when that guy gets off, the next guy gets on that equipment, and that guy does a shift. And the truck never stops working. That's normally when a lot of situations where the equipment becomes failed because the equipment never gets to go a chance to go in the garage. So please, when you're in a slip seat situation, do your pre-trip, your post-trip. I know you're in a rush. You're trying to, do your shift. You see that a lot in automotive jobs or jobs that run in these tight shifts and on and off in these yard dog positions. But you have to do your pre-trip, middle trip, and your post-trip inspections. If you get pulled into a scale house, they're going to give you a 1, 2, 3 scale. If you don't know, if your brakes are out of alignment, your slack adjusters are all messed up, and you're riding at nighttime with one headlight, and you're not draining your airbags, and the list goes on. You can do a 300-point inspection, top to bottom, left to right, and always something to find. But rather you find it than a DOT officer find it, because they will put you out of service, either literally that day, or those points will accumulate and your job will fire you and you will not be rehireable. With that being said, make sure you find you a regular routine. Get your DMV, your BMV, pre-trip inspection manual for your post-trip, the one you took for your CDLs, and keep it on your truck. Cut that section out, put it on a clipboard, write out some notes. You're going to do a walk around. It's going to say, okay, you're going to do your tires, your windows, your emergency equipment, everything you have to do in that truck, your engine cabinet, your inside brake test. So if you have a step 1 through 25 and you do it day in, day out, it becomes routine. You check it off on your checklist, and then guess what? It becomes a part of your daily life, like an extension of your hand. That's my spiel on pre-trips and vehicle inspections. Do it every day. Do it 3 or 4 times a day. Know your equipment. Know it if something goes wrong before the DOT officer pulls you in the scale house. Keep you a cheat sheet, a full service pre and post trip on a clipboard, and use it every day. Make backup copies of it just in case the sheet gets messed up. Hold yourself accountable for your pre-trips, guys. Young, new, old, in the business. Pre-trips is your bread and butter. Thank you.